Check it out. You see that all the way down there? That is 800 Pokemon, all properly scaled from smallest to largest. And we're going to be taking a little bit of a walk today so you can see, you know, how they look compared to me, a hulking 6'4" meat mountain of a man. But yeah, these 8 guys are the smallest in the series, only measuring about 4 inches tall, and that includes Flabebe and the other guy. Even though they don't look like it, the flowers aren't actually counted in their measurement. But then that kind of begs the question, like, how is a Pokemon even measured? Like, what's included, what's not included? What direction are they even measured from? It sounds like a stupid question, and I thought it was until making this video, but there are so many different Pokemon that are measured in so many different ways, and the Pokedex only gives us one height measurement. So normal-ish Pokemon are just measured head to toe as you'd expect, except sometimes they include the ears, sometimes they don't. Also, fish and snake Pokemon are always measured by length, and contrary to popular belief, bird Pokemon are not measured by wingspan, and they're from head to toe, like the normal guys. So that was news to me. Rotom is kind of weird, being only a foot tall in all of its forms, and that's how big it actually is in the games, but apparently it's supposed to take the size of the appliance. So I tried to, I don't know, just like eyeball that, and it's pretty cool. I wish it actually did that in the game. We also have Mesprit, Uxie, and Azelf being the shortest legendary trio, and Manaphy for some reason is 4 inches shorter than its baby, which I don't really get that. But I guess while we're talking about legendaries and mythicals, let's just get it out of the way. Cosmoem is obviously the smallest legendary, like we saw earlier, the biggest being Eternatus, the smallest mythical, you're going to be looking at Shaman Land, and the tallest mythical is going to be Hoopa Unbound. And we got Froakie and the boys being the smallest starter Pokemon with superior, oh my god, just snakes are cheating is what you're going to find out now, honestly. Snakes are just blatantly cheating when it comes to height. Moving into the 1 foot 8 inch territory, we got a bunch of starters like Squirtle and Cyndaquil and Chimchar and Tepig and blah, 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 blah. Who cares? Noibat. Why is he here? Why is he so big? He's built like a beef Wellington. And it's just because his ears. They just don't include his ears in the height. So he's just measured head to toe. And now he's just this I don't get it, man. I don't get it. And would you look at that? We got Charmander coming in at the 2 foot line, as well as 96 other Pokemon, making it the most common height in the game. And at 2'4", oh my god. Shut up. It's my friend Vinny. No, dude. I'm so glad he can make it. Anyways, Tinkatuff and Tinkaton are the same size, which I just think is cute and quirky. The only thing that changes is obviously the size of their hammer, which is not included in the measurement. It's kind of crazy, but Chikorita is the tallest, like, first stage starter. He's about as tall as, like, a lot of the middle stage starters, like Rovile and Quilava and Combuskin, so that's cool. Man, isn't it crazy how Chandelure is 3'3", despite being 4 times the size of every other 3'3" Pokemon? I mean, sure, you get rid of the fire, you get rid of the arms, yeah, he's 3'3", whatever. But it's just like, okay, here's my issue. I don't even have an issue with the scale. I actually think the size of all of these Pokemon are great. I think it's phenomenal. But the issue is with the measurement. Like 3'3" on Chandelure is obviously not the same as 3'3" on Fracture. And it's because the way they choose to apply the measurement just is arbitrary. I mean, it makes like, there's some rules to it, right? But it's like, what is the point of having a measurement in the Pokedex if it's not going to be able to be used to properly compare the sizes of Pokemon? You know, like I don't know, whatever. I'm stupid. Famously, Lucario is way shorter than people think, but the good news is that he's actually the second tallest fighting and steel type, of which there are 2. And then you got a Pokemon like Magnezone, who despite being the same height is obviously, you know, I mean, you could ride him. Like, people ride him like a flying Ford F-150. It's a real thing people do in the anime. It's actually kind of insane. But anyways, if I had to put all of these, you know, sub 4 foot Pokemon into perspective, I would say they're about 24 watches, like, tall. And if I had to, like, maybe put a brand name on those watches for the sake of advertising, I would maybe say Holzkern watches, perhaps, the sponsor of today's video. Also, Salazzle, by the way, clearly measured in length. Brother is built like a box of Tic Tacs. But Anyways, Holzkern's great. They're a watch and jewelry company for men and women. It's a great gift for this holiday season if you're looking to do some last-minute Christmas shopping, or maybe even an untimely birthday sort of situation. Maybe they were born on December 26th. I feel bad for them. They're made of really nice materials, nice natural materials, so every single watch and jewelry piece is unique. Also, Wiggle and Wug Trio, by the way, are the same. Oh my God, almost tripped and died. Wiggle and Wug Trio are the same height, which makes sense when you think about it, but it was interesting for me to learn. But yeah, I ended up getting their Witty Marble and Walnut watch, which, I mean, damn. I mean, just look at it. It's, you know, it's nice. It's not, I'm not like a big watch guy, but it is nice, especially going out to dinner, or, you know, maybe I'm foraying into the night as like a banshee or something. I don't know. I do a lot of things. You don't know me. But if you click my link in the description and use code ASTEROID, you can get 15% off your Christmas haul. And if you order by December 19th, they are guaranteed to show up to your door for the holidays or that untimely birthday I was talking about earlier. Thank you, Holzkern, for sponsoring the video. And now we're going to keep doing this. We're just going to keep doing the thing. Man, if you thought Miss Drevis was big, whew, you might want to sit down for this next one. Bro's built like a beef Wellington. I think that's the second time I've used beef, but I mean, it's true. Have you seen a beef Wellington? Anyways, Venomoth also being about the size of a 2019 all-wheel drive Nissan Altima. Shockingly big. I mean, dude, bro's almost 5 feet tall. It's actually kind of insane. Similarly, Pyroar is about a foot taller than the average lion, and Trevenant is about 20 feet shorter than the average tree. Also, Delphoxen, I'm glad they can make it. They're here. If you guys thought Fluttermane was big, Raggy. Why is he so big? Anyways, I'm so mad at Enamorus. All of the incarnate form genies were the exact same size, and then Enamorus comes around, just ruins the whole thing. And as far as the Therian forms go, I mean, yeah, like Lander T is the smallest, and then Thunderous Therian somehow is the biggest, but I think it's because, well, actually, I know why. It's because he's measured by length, and whatever, snakes are cheating, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Anyways, coming in at 5'4", we actually have my friend Vinny, but honestly, it's not that much less embarrassing considering he lost to a Golduck. All these Pokemon, by the way, they're about the size of a fridge, or like 11 pineapples, kind of just like stacked on top of each other. So, food for thought. Oh, no way, it's my friends Dylan and Rich. How's it going? Embarrassing. Not even cracking the top 300. Just a really sad... I mean, listen, who knows, right? Maybe they could hit another growth spurt. Some sort of like miracle can happen and Christmas came early, but no, they are just that tall. Also, Furret, another contentious one. A lot of people thought he was measured head to toe. He's not. He's not. It's length. Less girth, more length. Forecast calls for some more starters here, with Primarina and Incineroar being tied for the tallest Gen 7 starter, and Quaquaval being the tallest Gen 9 starter. Okay. All right, fine. I'll address the elephant in the room. Arcanine represented a pretty big turning point in the list, okay? And, you know, moving forward, I will be shorter than every other Pokemon. But, you know, listen, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, okay? I was still taller than 84% of the roster. You know, like, my stature is, I mean, it cannot be undermined how freakishly tall I am. Anyways, yeah. Oh, Gurphy! What's up? No way! Oh, dude! Okay, yeah, it'd be weird if I was taller than Gurphy. I love him. He's such a good guy. By the way, this is completely unrelated, but I think I'm gonna put all of like the entire line, me walking the entirety of it, up for members. So I know we've kind of been skipping, you know, parts of it here, but if you want to see the whole unedited thing with like fresh commentary, consider becoming a member. Coming in at 7 foot, we have Rillaboom, who is only about like 12 inches taller. It's really not even that big of a difference. Forterra is the tallest Gen 4 starter, Feraligatr is the tallest Gen 2 starter, and Mega Venusaur is the tallest Gen 1 starter. Yeah, I don't have his model, so just pretend. He's like the size of Rhyperior. Damn, Golurk, okay, lay off the juice. Bro's built like a mini fridge. like a big mini fridge. Anyways, yeah, we got Zacy's on his head. Weezing actually is the biggest Galarian guy, so that's pretty exciting. Coming up here at the same height as Kyurem, you would normally find Xerneas, which is the tallest fairy type, but Unfortunately, due to some health concerns, he wasn't able to make it today. So we're thinking about him. And yeah. Damn, God. God is thick. God is vertically thick. Woo! Also, we got Slitherwing, the tallest bug and the tallest fighting type. It's pretty rare for a Pokemon to be the tallest of both of its types, but bro does it. I mean, he's, towering over Joltik and Cutiefly as the smallest bug guys, and Palmo as the smallest fighting guy. Ever since Delmise and his 13-foot height was released, people thought he looked like this. Like a girthy, lack of a better word, beef Wellington of a man. But no, I think it's the chain. I think the chain is what gives him the height. Kyogre's so depressing, man. I mean, that's a real whale behind him. It's not even a competition. It's really sad. But the Dunsparce actually is the tallest, he's the tallest normal type Pokemon, but only in his 3-segment form. In his 2-segment form, he gets beat by Regigigas. It's actually pretty funny. Rayquaza is actually a Pokemon that is not scaled correctly in Scarlet and Violet. He's 35% bigger in the game than what he's actually supposed to look like. I put a little comparison there so you can see the difference. It's crazy. I mean, I get it, right? Like, he's so tiny. Like, of course, you'd want to buff him up a little bit, make him look a little cooler. But man, it's funny. It's the curse or the blessing of snake Pokemon. Like, we have Onix here, who is technically the tallest rock type and technically the tallest not fully evolved Pokemon as well. On paper, when Rayquaza Mega evolves, it gains a bunch of height, but really, it's just like the body is the same. It just gains the streamers and then like the thing at the top, and like that's it. So it's not actually really, getting bigger. Also, Alolan Exeggutor is another Pokemon that was significantly changed in the actual game. He is way smaller in Scarlet and Violet than what he's actually supposed to look like. And finally, coming in at a record-breaking 47 feet and 7 inches, we have Wailord, who is the biggest. He's the biggest. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, like button and subscribe. G-Max Pokemon were introduced in Sword and Shield as this temporary battle mechanic where your Pokemon would get really big and borked. Corviknight here is actually the smallest of all the G-Max Pokemon, coming in at about 45 feet tall. Now, I didn't put all of them on here simply because of the fact that, my hand kind of was hurting by this point, so forgive me. But right now we're approaching the size of like small buildings, lighthouses, telephone poles, that sort of thing. Fun fact, about 6,000 regular Gengars could fit inside of G-Max Gengar, and then about 6.69 times 10 to the 22nd power G-Max Gengars could fit inside the sun. And it gets even better because I lied to you. Eternatus is actually the biggest Pokemon. Even bigger than 5 G-Max Pokemon, which is insane. Now, obviously, he is measured, tail to head, which makes him a little underwhelming by comparison, but if we take those, height is height, as they say in the Pokemon world. And I hope you're hungry for Beef Wellington because we got Cinderace and Charizard and Rillaboom and Inteleon. Inteleon is actually the biggest that a starter has ever been. He wins. He wins the starter thing. That's the guy. But finally, for real this time, the moment you've all been waiting for, Eternamax Eternatus. Sitting at 328 feet tall, it just barely hits the height requirement to be classified as a skyscraper. It sits at around the height of a vertical football field, or about 493 bananas for scale. It's about the size of the Statue of Liberty with the base, and that is small, right? It's small. Well, it's big, like for Pokemon standards, but he's not as big as I thought he'd be. Like, I prepped the tallest skyscraper in the world as like this hype comparison, but now like I'm embarrassed to even show you guys because But I guess it's all about perspective, right? Like, compared to Joltik, he might be the original he might be Wellington when I think about it. But thanks for watching, guys. Check out Holzkern if you want to get some banging jewelry, if you want to win White Elephant this year. And I will see you guys next time. God, my legs hurt. Oh,